All right, let's talk about this real thing here. Oh boy, oh boy. So OVW, which is a indie promotion run by Al Snow, they had quite the viral moment. So this happened on Thursday, and we'll play the clip for context here, and then we will talk about it afterwards because there's been some updates.
Oh my God! Oh my! Oh! Dally's down! Holy! Oh. Tony Evans now, but Balling lands on his feet. Pele kick! Pele kick, and the United States champion goes down.
Talk about chaos!
Absolute pandemonium. Drew Hernandez now. Scoop slam. Man, Balling goes down hard.
Gotta check on Dallas.
Dallas is not having a good night here tonight. Evans moving the carcass of Dallas Edwards out there. Oh!
Oh no!
He just caught Hernandez with the back fist. This thing is completely falling apart. Referee Dallas Edwards is in some trouble here, guys. We don't want to put this on camera here, but we're having a referee, Dallas Edwards is having a medical situation here. Let's
And it was at that moment he realized he fucked up.
Well, I think that's about it. They just kind of just end the stream there. So that is the situation. So to recap, the guy flies off of the top turnbuckle there, hits the referee. The referee
with a beautiful crossbody.
Yeah. The referee seemingly hits his head. Now I'm just speculating, but it looks like what happened is the referee hit his head on the mat. He took the bump really hard. He started convulsing.
He may have. He got hit. Oh, it's kind of hard to tell. Falls back. Oh, yeah. I think he knew
checks
it
on him.
Fuck you. You ain't checking on him.
And then they continue on wrestling here.
Yeah.
Now, everybody is kind of shitting on these people for continuing the match.
I mean, I could see, like, in the heat of the moment, you think he's selling. I don't put any fault. I think it was kind of fucked up when the dude was seasoned and he kind of rolled him out of the way.
Yeah, so I don't even blame them. And I'm talking about these two who are continuing the match. Number one, they're not trained professionals. And right now, he's just laying there. We're not even at the seizing point. Yes, picking him up and throwing him over and then kicking him out of the way. That's tough. But
oh yeah, he kicked him out. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
Yeah, that part's a little bit tough. But aside from that, we have to remember that, number one, that was obviously a planned spot. Not the seizure part, but the ref bump. That was obviously planned. So they kept going as if the plan was happening. And if you look at the clip, they don't really look back and check on him.
Not really.
They just keep wrestling. So everybody who's saying, oh, they should have stopped and they're amateurs, yada, yada. Well, they stopped when they stopped. When they picked it up, they stopped. But if you look at the clip, they're not really looking at him. Again, it's a plain spot for what they know.
Yeah, the guy, checked on him, but they kind of went back into it. Aside from when he rolled him out of the way and kicked him.
Yeah,
That was
again,
the only real
that's pretty
interaction.
tough.
I don't know. It's hard to tell what that guy was thinking.
Yeah, you don't know if he's selling because again, this was a planned spot, so you don't know how much he's selling. I don't know. People were just saying they're like, "Oh, they should have known." I don't
And
know.
that guy might be the heel, so he might be kicking the ref to kick the ref to be the bad guy.
Yeah, and I don't know. Again, the rolling and the kicking is tough. I don't fault them. However, the commentary probably should have caught something was off. The people around the ring, the cameraman right here, he's looking right at the guy. What are you doing? There was a guy on the apron. I don't know if he was a tag partner because I don't see another tag partner, but there was a guy on the apron. What are you doing? You're looking right at him.
To me, it seemed like they thought he was selling until they realized he didn't, and then that's when they acted. It's hard because it's not like UFC when somebody gets knocked out, it's legit. In wrestling, when somebody gets knocked out, it's fake.
It is. And again, when he's shaking, like when his arms are like up and stuck, like at that point, you gotta like, well, okay, hold on now.
Yeah. But you've seen Devon and stuff. He twitches and seizes and shit. So I mean, in the heat of the moment, I could see why you would think he'd be selling.
Yeah, even Trick Williams. What was it last week when he took the RKO? He was twitching.
It seemed like when the other dude actually moved the ref, and the ref was still in the little turtle position. That's when they realized, it was serious, because that's when it just all of a sudden stopped.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, there's other people to blame. I don't know if the wrestlers, how much they should be to blame. They stopped when they stopped. Also, that guy on commentary is like, "Oh, he moved over Dallas's corpse." like, oh, that's a tough choice of words there.
Is the ref okay? Do you know?
So yes, we do have updates. The ref is, well, he's recovering. He's not necessarily okay. Still in the hospital. They're still doing their tests.
He's still with us, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he's recovering. We do have some other updates too, as well, that we need to go over. So that was an initial clip. So again, like I said, this was Al Snow's promotion. So Al Snow, he took to his Twitter account and he left this long ass page, definitely more than 120 characters or whatever the Twitter limit is.
He signed it and everything, like the president.
Yeah, so it's basically a typed out note. I won't read the whole thing. We'll leave links to it so you can do that if you want, but basically, I don't know. It wasn't as good of an apology. He essentially said, usually in wrestling, the ref is the one that makes sure everybody's safe. So, when the ref went down, kind of created some difficulties and such. And yeah, he promises that there's going to be changes, yada, yada, yada. So that was the apology. And again, we'll leave it linked. So if you want to read all that, you can.
So he said the ref is responsible for making sure everybody's okay, and because he was out, everybody else was too inexperienced to make sure the ref was okay?
Basically, yes. The ref is supposed to be the one to make sure everybody's okay. So that when in an instance where the ref goes down, like now no one knows how to react because the ref is down.
So not even the suits ringside. Like, what are they there for then?
As I said, it's tough because, like I said, the wrestlers, I mean, yes, they have some blame to go, but you can let them off the hook a little bit. But the other people around the ring, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Like, what are you there for if you're not there to make sure that there's safety and shit?
Yeah. I don't know how it is in the indie scene, but, AEW, WWE, they always have doctors near in case stuff like this happens or something goes off the rails. Again, I don't know what their situation is. That big dude who had the beard, he seemed to be some kind of medical personnel.
I don't know. I just know that there's a whole bunch of people ringside. One of them should at least be equipped to tell whether or not one of the people inside the ring is okay, including the ref.
Yeah. And again, it's hard to tell if he's selling or if he's
Like the fucking timekeeper. Why wouldn't the timekeeper be trained to do that?
That's a good question.
The announcer? I mean, there's so many people just sitting there watching, doing nothing.
Yeah, they could be dual trained.
like if we're gonna go on that excuse, I'm just saying.
Yeah, why is the ref the only one there to
Exactly
make sure shit goes the way it should go?
Like, okay, the wrestlers, they're in the moment. Okay, whatever. Commentary, okay, they can't just stop the show or whatever. The show must go on. So they get a pass. But there's other people just sitting there.
Yes, they could have done something. Well, don't take it to heart, this apology. Should also be noted that there was a Twitter user, and I didn't know this was a thing, so good on this person. Name is Unscripted Puro, I guess is, yeah, Unscripted Puro. Basically ran this apology through a AI checker, and it was determined to be 98% written by AI. So Al Snow's apology was written by AI.
That I don't take too much stock into that, to be honest with you.
You don't?
No, because I use Copilot and stuff to check my grammar and shit and my tone, because I come across really unprofessionally in text.
Mm-hmm.
So I use it to kind of format my shit to make me sound less of an asshole. So I can kind of see how Al Snow would use that to formulate his thoughts. Maybe he's not that articulate.
98% though?
Yeah, you run the whole thing. You got your bullet points. Like, this is what I want to say.
Hey, can you write this?
Yeah.
I wonder what the prompt on that kind of shit is. Hey, ChatGPT, I run a wrestling promotion called OVW. We had a situation.
No, it's just, hey, please write an apology letter stating this. And you just put up some bullet points.
Stating the referee got had a seizure.
Yeah. Referee had a seizure. It was his fault. Say it in a way that isn't as harsh.
Yeah, there are people under this chat that also apparently checked. Again, I don't have a AI checker like that.
Mhm.
It sounds like it's something that's going to be paid. So
my point is that they're making it seem like it's nefarious, like he doesn't give a shit. I could just see him, you know, I don't know how to articulate. Like, when's the last time Al Snow had to write a big ass apology letter? So, I mean, if you're not experiencing this type of shit and you want to get your words out just right, I could see him using AI. I don't see anything wrong with it.
yeah, and again, from the rest of the story here, it does seem like maybe they don't have the financial backing to, have a lawyer on staff. Hey, write this up for me, or whoever
There is that too.
writes that shit. So just running it through an AI. Hey, can you write this up and make sure? Yeah,
they don't have a team of lawyers like I'm sure Tony and Triple H have.
Yeah. So yeah, that was his apology. So we can check that off. It was determined that it was AI, but yes. But then we got a apology from the kicker. And the guy who, kicked the referee out the way in the clip. He did also issue an apology. Also, long ass tweet, so we're not gonna do all that.
Was that put through the AI thing too?
I don't know. It looks like it's written by him, but basically, yeah, he wrote his apology. His name is Tony Evans Frank. Again, we'll leave a link if you want to go read this apology, but I'll read the top part of it because that's where I'm going to get to here. So it says, I want to start off by expressing my support and love for Dallas Edwards, that was the referee, and wishing him the best in his recovery. I've spoken with him. He's doing well, and he knows we're all thinking of him. And then he says, during Thursday's match, there was a planned spot that resulted in an unexpected injury to Dallas. So that's what we can gather from the clip there. The match was 35 plus minutes with 12 men, 2 run-ins, and 2 ref bumps. Sounds like an ECW match. Dallas time came as planned and everything seemed fine from my point of view. Then the next sequence had me falling next to Dallas and crawling away with my back turned to him, having my eyes focused on the other wrestlers in the ring, though I knew where Dallas was as we set up for the next thing. In my periphery, I noticed Dallas was still close to the center as he didn't know what we were doing next. So I moved him. Dallas and I have worked together frequently, and he would usually always go dead weight as I try to move him. So basically, he's explaining all of the scenario here. He got dead weight as I tried to move him. When I touched him was the first time I had laid eyes on him specifically at this point for a brief second, and I saw OVW's officials running from the back, but assumed it was for chaos that had happened outside of the ring. And then, yeah, he just goes on to explain the rest of the thing here.
I noticed he didn't mention the kick.
Well, yeah. Yeah, he's saying he moved him, but he's not mentioning. He should have said, I moved and kicked him to get him out of the way.
Well, basically, he said he's worked with the ref before and he's had to move him before and he's done the dead weight thing after a red bump.
Basically, before even reading that, everything we kind of suggested.
Yeah.
That one, he probably didn't know. Like, if the caption wasn't ref has a seizure in the middle of a match, I want to know, like, if you're watching that, how long until you know, oh, something's really wrong, as opposed to, oh, this ref is selling like crazy. Not even the wrestlers. I'm talking about if you're watching it, you don't have the context beforehand that it's a seizure. How many seconds in the video until you say, no, this is a seizure, this is not selling? I would say for me, it's probably going to be a good minute or so.
I'd start questioning because when you see him turtle up, that's kind of hard to duplicate.
Well, yeah. Okay, so he laid there, then he started to kick his legs, and then, yeah, then the turtle. Yeah, when he's throwing up gang signs, then at that point, I know, okay, now we got a problem. But before then, he's just like.
He was kind of just twitching.
He's twitching. And like I said, Trick Williams just did that. Devon Dudley in our retro reviews. We just did ECW if you want to go watch that. He does it. Rowdy Piper used to twitch. So yeah, that's the explanation from the kicker. Again, I forgot his name already. Sorry, but
Tony Evans.
Tony Evans. That's the.
If only it was right there.
I had clicked away because I needed to get to the next part. Because we have our final part of the story.
It's Tony Frank, so now I look like an asshole.
But now we have a new person weighing in on this. And this is now Mama Dallas.
Oh.
Weighed in on the situation. Apparently, the news has picked this up.
Jesus.
So, Mama Dallas, she was doing a interview with the WRBD TV, a Fox 41 affiliate, and she went on to say that she's not upset about the bump. Dallas knows how to fall. He is trained as a wrestler. What I'm concerned about is the lack of preparation OVW had when a medical emergency like this happened. Nobody stopped the match. They are wrestling over the top of my child as he seizes. How do you treat a human being like that? So that's what she weighed in. And then there was some more stuff about the governor, which I don't want it to turn political, so we're going to leave that out. And again, looks like Dallas, he's in good health right now, or he's recovering. So it is good there. But yeah, it seems like this story is just growing and growing and growing.
I could see why she would be upset. I could also see why the wrestlers wouldn't assume the guy was seasoned.
It's a hard call, especially if you're a person who's never been around a seizure. Like, how are you supposed to immediately, oh, that's a seizure right there?
To your credit, like, they didn't even pay attention to him until he picked them up.
Yeah. And again, they stopped when they stopped. Well, it was when the medical team ran out, but they noticed and then they stopped. Like, they didn't still keep going even at that point. There's a lot of people suggesting that everybody involved is going to get sued in this. I could see OVW getting sued.
Yeah, at least.
I mean, really, I would say they're more at fault than the wrestlers.
I guess it depends on the referee.
About the referee.
What about him?
I think you got to pack him up.
Oh.
Like, I know this was a tragic event, but you know,
I don't think he should lose his job over it. I think you don't have him do ref bumps. I think that's an easy fix.
I don't know. Maybe put him on commentary now. And then there's another thing. Did he have a history of seizures? I would hope not. It was like this is the first time this has happened.
He hit his head, so it could have been concussion.
Yeah, it says here in this Ringside News article towards the end there, Edwards had earlier revealed that doctors diagnosed him with both a concussion and a subdural hematoma, which is a type of brain bleed.
So yeah, he got a concussion. He started season. That's what Tua had.
Yeah.
Well, that concussion he had, and he started doing the turtle thing.
And he didn't seize, though. He just had that, the turtle thing. I didn't know there were so many medical professionals on Twitter until they were talking about that clip. It seems like in this story, everybody's a medical professional, which would have immediately, within 1 second, knew that the guy was having a seizure and would have immediately acted on it.
Like, would have acted on it. They would have given him mouth to mouth as soon as it happened.
Well, you don't give them mouth to mouth. You turn them on their side, and then, well, I don't know what you do from there. I know you turn. See, I know you turn them on their side. You turn them on their side. That's all I know about it. And then you just let them, get through it. As long as the seizure involves staying calm, ensuring the person's safety, and monitoring them until the seizure passes. Yes.
No, you put them on their side and you give them mouth to mouth. You spoon them.
You hold them tightly so that they can't shake anymore.
Say everything's going to be okay.
And of course, you keep yelling at them, "Are you okay?" and demand a response. And then maybe even be upset afterwards that they didn't respond to you.
Slap them a little bit.
Yeah, or kick them.